You can stop looking at me like that. You've made me do this. And don't try and escape. You're all tied up. Now tell me the truth. Is this a dream? That's the wrong answer, Doctor. This is most definitely a dream. Now, tell me, do you believe that people can have kinetic powers? And how do we treat people with kinetic powers? Do we encourage them or do we discourage them? Very good, Doctor. That's the right answer. Remember it, or there will be consequences. Now, since I'm here, let's have a little bit of fun. Shall we, Doctor?
There's someone else in my hour.
I brought David back to life.
I removed the chains, dressed her.
It was Iris.
We could try shifting now.
Would you like to see David, Doctor?
Sorry.
We've both read The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I'm not broke. It's no coincidence that most psychokinetic patients are
Grateful if you could see your way to declaring me
insane, or at least
temporarily insane.
There was no flame. And then there was.
I'll kiss a guy,
I pretended like the hypnosis had worked.
and then he just follows me
Can we maybe not talk about Hannah anymore?
wherever I go.
You may just still pull out in front of the driver.
Morning, Doctor. You're looking a bit unwell. Are they getting you all wound up? Well, have a look at this. I found it in Dropbox. Apparently, Dr. Dekker lent Mariana some money. Sounds dodgy, doesn't it? I also got the toxicology report back from Officer Yates, and shocker, Dr. Dekker had... Sorry, you just have to read it. I should have spoiler alert tattooed on my forehead. And can we not do the grief counselling thing today? I'm all sorts of behind on work and I'm getting more stressed out watching it all pile up. If you need anything though, I'm here.
What's temazepam? Why are you asking? I don't take sleeping pills. Never have done. When you suffer blackouts already, you don't really get offered anything like that. I feel thirsty, Doctor. And hot. Do you have any water? I've been drinking a lot of water recently. I didn't go to the beach. I didn't go to the sea. I said I would, but I didn't. I've been feeling this way for a while. It's like it's getting worse because I didn't go to the sea. It's like I'm having... I don't feel well. I feel sick most of the time, dizzy, thirsty. I got a head fog like you wouldn't believe. My doctor, Dr. Rose, sent me for blood tests. Dr. Rose thinks maybe I have a vitamin deficiency. I can tell she has no idea. She smiles, but she hasn't got any answers. I think I probably need to go back to the beach. This sounds crazy, but I can hear the sea. I have this... I think you're mocking me. I'd like to leave. It's a dream, Doctor. Stranger things happen in dreams. Do you forget anything from our sessions, Doctor? People follow me to the beach. I don't know who they are, and I don't know what happens to them. I don't always get followed though, so it doesn't explain my blackouts. I said I don't know what happens to them. It's not always to the beach. Sometimes they follow me home. My home is in Chantry. You know that. You rang my doorbell last night. I don't know. I didn't kiss you, but you just followed me, like the others. I don't feel comfortable here, Doctor. I'd like to leave. He lent me some money to start my business. It was a proper agreement. I remember signing things. He thought that a distraction would do me good. I don't think he expected me to trawl the beach for treasure and sell it online. Dr. Dekker thought I had too much time on my hands, so a distraction would do me good. He lent me $15,000, all in all. I hear a sound like singing, calling me. I've seen Dr. Dekker drink, but not that much. If you say so, it must have been your twin then. I don't know if I have a twin. Do you have a twin, Doctor? I know you don't. It was definitely you, wearing what you're wearing now. No, there's been no dancing. I haven't been feeling that well, Doctor. You said it with such a serious look on your face, I almost believed you. It would be good if you had some kind of superpower that helped me, but I don't think so. He's the cute, sad-looking one, isn't he? He asked me out and I said I'd let him know. Do you think I should go out with him? Okay, but if he goes missing, don't go looking at me. It's a referral letter, Doctor. Don't overthink it. A girl can't be too careful with everything that's been going on.
What are you trying to do most? Cure his patients or find out who killed him? Well, at least you're being honest. Do you know that Dr. Dekker thought one of his patients was trying to kill him? He told me in one of our sessions, which was later rewound, that someone had been leaving him messages on his prescription pad. Not good messages. He didn't tell me anything specifically, just death threats. It was one of his many rants. I just sat there quietly, hoping he wasn't going to try and hypnotize me again. I asked him if it was a boy or a girl's handwriting. He said he knew who it was, and that they'd be in trouble. I think he was bluffing. Temazepam is the same sleeping pill Dr. Dekker prescribed me. Why would he mix those with alcohol? People are such idiots. Which reminds me, that truck driver died. Alcohol isn't something I usually notice on people until they're slurring and weaving around. Was Dr. Dekker an alcoholic? Probably. I never saw him drink, though.
I don't take sleeping tablets, never have. I'm not allowed to prescribe either. Dr. Dekker had me try to forge his signature once, but I was woeful. Some people would say Dr. Dekker had a bit of a drinking problem. It got worse and then it got better when his confidence turned up. I think it was the stress of dealing with the new patients. I like the odd tipple.
I'm feeling good. The truck driver that ran into Hannah is divorced. I read it in the paper. It's one of those newspaper stories you read and you hope it says he leaves behind his wife and 7-year-old daughter. Dr. Dekker told me one of the ways to get through my grief would be to write a letter to the truck driver. I tried to forgive him. I know it was my fault, but the thing that made me feel best was blaming him. His daughter's picture was in the paper. Ever since I saw a picture in the paper, I've started thinking I could see her. I can't really explain it, but she seems like such a friendly person. I think the police are barking up the wrong tree. I think I've probably said too much. It's probably not the same girl anyway. Please do. I wish I could believe you. My solicitors assured me that I wouldn't have to discuss anything about my trial with you, so I'm not going to. Concentrate on my state of mind, and let me worry about other things.
I don't want to talk about grief today. I'm getting enough grief from work. I don't know if you know, but Professor Alderby used to be my professor. I didn't think you'd mind, since it wasn't your case anyway. Mostly it's the professor talking about how he viewed reality back then. Psychokinetics, remember? Cult of the Kinetic Mind? Professor Alderby saw the relationship between psychiatrist and patient as a winnable battle. If someone tells you they can fly, you tell them you control air currents, and the danger of pretending you have psychokinetic abilities is that you may start believing you have them and then have them. If you can travel back in time and kill your grandfather, then you cannot be born. I've been known to drink, not as much at the moment, not as much as Dr. Dekker did. I suppose it's possible that somebody spiked his drink. I'll go and suggest it. Make sure nobody touches the bottle in the meantime. I have no idea. Maybe. Wow, I was kidding, but thank you, Doctor. I'll take that as a yes. And don't worry, I'll sort it all out. Dr. Dekker definitely dabbled in that stuff. I'm not sure to what extent. I like Professor Alderby. He turned me onto that book I've been raving about. The Cult of the Kinetic Mind. I should start selling them myself. Dr. Dekker told me he was adopted. There's a lot of stress in here. We're dealing with people's lives. How do you relax, Doctor? I bet you like dance music. I don't know why. I love video games. I just wish they'd make ones with stronger female protagonists. Sorry, I'd settle for any female protagonists. I love food. It will be my downfall. Stress eating is the worst. Mariana thought I played hockey. Whatever that's supposed to mean.
Hilda died last night. Hilda was Hilda to the end. I was the doting daughter. Most people have taken sleeping pills at some time or another, haven't they? Dr. Dekker drank a bit. I can tell just by looking at you. This job has really taken its toll on you. Jaya seems really nice. I don't know why she'd want to work in a place like this. I just mean, get all these weird people coming here. I mean, I've met some of them out in the waiting room. She's a slightly older one, isn't she? Always well dressed? Yes, her. I think of Dr. Dekker every time one of my patients dies. It makes me remember how he didn't care about his mum. I was angry at Dr. Dekker. You've never seen me angry, have you, Doctor? Don't say things like that when you don't mean them. It causes upset. Amelia's Hilda's doll. She used to have about 9 or 10 of them, all glassy-eyed and creepy looking with frilly dresses and curls. All over her room they were. In the end, we had to get rid of them. They weren't very hygienic. But we let her keep one, and that was Amelia. I'm keeping her safe until I can pass her on to Hilda's daughter. Maybe she'll fly over for the funeral. I don't know. Are you okay, Doctor? You look a bit pale. Yes, I told Dr. Dekker. Most other people wouldn't have believed me, but he did. In fact, he cared far more about the shifting than he did about his mum dying. For a moment, I thought he might cry. Just for a split second. But he didn't. He just carried on with our session. I wish I knew what went on there. Jaya probably knows. She spent quite a long time with Sarah when she visited. Yes, once. I wanted to show him what I could do so he could see for himself. I took his hand, I told him to think of a loved one, and then there was nothing. I mean, literally nothing, just an empty void. The only thing I could feel was his hand holding mine. I'm pretty sure without that I'm not sure I could have made it back. Terry hasn't been into work for a few days. I hope there's nothing wrong with her. Terry and I are never going to be best friends, but I wouldn't wish her ill. I referred myself because of Dr. Dekker's mother. Was I supposed to have a letter?
There's no lake house today, sorry. David's not doing very well. He's caused a problem with the girl. I need to do something. Oh yes, here. From a few weeks ago. As you can see, Doctor, he looks perfectly normal. The little girl.
Doctor! Oh, sorry, but I found some of the referral letters we were talking about. There is a pattern, but it's not the same for everyone. He said to get them to you ASAP, so here you go.
David has been hunting and skinning again. But from the look of the torso, he caught a domestic cat. I'm being generous. It was definitely a cat. I spoke to David about it, but I have no idea if he can comprehend me or not. He just grunts at me. He doesn't even smile anymore. Not at all. Ah, yes, sorry. I left out an important detail. The girl, Anushka, she was crying because her cat had gone missing, and she thinks that David killed it. Doctor, I'm worried. I'm worried that David's not going to stop at cats. He's killed deer, rabbits, wild birds, and now cats. I'm worried he might add little girls to his list. I can't stop him. I can't stop him. I can't control him in any way at all. Ever since I brought him back from the dead, he has done nothing but ignore me. Then I need to put David out of his misery. Very well. I've never used sleeping pills. I'm too afraid of what would happen to me in my sleep. If Dr. Dekker was an alcoholic, he hid it well. David hasn't been well, otherwise I'd taken you. Shall I bring him to you next time? Next time then. Although it will have to be just you here, and late at night. I can't have anyone else see him. I never talked to Tobias. That's an interesting idea, Doctor. There's not really something that needs to be done, though. I have no intention of reanimating anybody anymore. It hasn't gone very well in the past. My solicitors did refer me, but I ended up going privately as it was cheaper. Dr. Dekker was very quiet in our sessions after seeing David. I think he was fascinated with it all, and David and I had become new test subjects for him. Dr. Dekker asked me if I'd ever accidentally locked David in, which I hadn't.
I saw Jessica across the street this morning. She waved, but I just crumbled. I'm fine. It's more of an old skill I'm bringing back to life. I don't know anything about sleeping pills. I didn't think I should either. She'd hate me forever. Work is fine. If anything, I've been falling behind again. I stole a painting. There, I've said it. It's just that one thing, just the painting I've stolen recently. I didn't expect you to say that. But I suppose they're just things I'm taking, not people. It's not like I'm stealing people. I remember Dr. Dekker would take a sneaky dram from a bottle he keeps in his desk.